Ladies and gentlemen, boys and grills, ModzvilleUSA here, back with another video. And today, we're doing part 2 of the Switch Lite. And in part 2, we are going to be installing this new OLED screen from Retro Remake. Now we also have some Hall Effect sticks. And we've got this little custom backplate here. So, these were a pre-order pushing a year ago or so. I had placed my order when that came out, and when this showed up, I checked the status of it, and it had been canceled. Apparently, there was an email sent out that you needed to respond to within like a week or two, and if you didn't, then your order gets canceled. That's what happened to me. Is what it is. I was kind of getting to the point where I was like, I don't know if these are ever going to exist or what. But here we go. Here it is. And hopefully more become available in the future. I'm going to leave the link to this down below. They're very sold out. Maybe we'll get they'll be in stock someday. We'll see. But for now, I'm just going to install what we got here. So before, first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a look at what we got. So I don't know if this is exactly how it ships to you as the customer. This is what a customer shipped to me for the install. So it might have more packaging. I'm not sure. So we've got our little screw sets here, kind of like a little pill container. And there's 2 Hall Effect sticks in here that I'm going to pop in for the customer. This is the custom, it's like a custom backplate here to allow for the new cables and whatnot, the new flex cables, all that jazz. And what do we got in here? All right, so we've got the new screen here. And it's apparently glass as opposed to plastic for the cover. That is cool. I'm down with that. And here we have a series of flex cables. We got some buttons. So what do we got here? So we've got duplicates for some reason. Don't know what that's about. And then this guy here. Okay. And this is for power. So there's kind of like a little kind of like patches through. So I believe this plugs into the main board, and one end goes in like this or something, and then the actual battery itself will go in like that. So a bit of a pass-through kind of deal. So there's no soldering involved in this mod at all, which is neat, which is very neat. It's looking like a cool kit, so we're going to just get right into it and continue where we left off with the Switch in the last video. So, oh, one more thing before we get down with that. There's another piece of the equation here, at least with this order. This console came, or this kit came, with an extreme rate shell in a pretty nice case. So there's just it looks like a basic black extreme rate shell. Black buttons, all that jazz. So yeah, we're going to be swapping everything over into this shell. Huge thank you to today's sponsor, PCBWAY. If you're in the market for some PCB manufacturing, CNC machining, 3D printing, or even PCB design, PCBWAY has you covered. If you're looking for a fun soldering project, check out the shared projects section. There's a ton of amazing DIY projects to pick from. Just pick a project, click add to cart, good to go. Click the link below to check out PCBWAY. It helps the channel and it's greatly appreciated. Now let's get back to the show. Well, alright. Ladies and gentlemen, I've gone ahead and removed the front portion of the new shell here. We've got the OLED screen right here. So what we're going to do is peel up this blue. Nice and simple. Okay. And this guy, we're just going to make sure this guy's down a bit. So we got these guys here. Okay. So let's see. There we go. It's looking good. Make sure this cable's down. Took a bit of maneuvering here, but we got it nice and clean. I'm going to gently just kind of go over the edges here, not applying too much pressure, just to make sure that double-sided tape is sticking nicely so our ribbons are looking good. Got the LCD one here, touchscreen here, and this would be backlight, I believe, something like that. Correct me down below if you know exactly what's what. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to place all the buttons. What we're going to do here is we are going to tear this bad boy down. We want this motherboard, and we want all this crap. So we're going to completely disassemble this guy. I'm going to do that off camera. There's plenty of teardown videos out there for this. But yeah, we're going to get this all disassembled, and then basically it's just a matter of moving everything over. From the yellow shell, removed everything, moved over the this metal piece here with the battery, with the fan, got the cables routed properly, added the new Hall effect joysticks, as well as all of the black buttons that came with the replacement shell using the original membranes here. And now we're just going to need to pop in the motherboard, screw it in, and then set up the little adapter boards and the power cable for this kit here. Just one little thing worth mentioning is I like to prop it up on some flush cuts on something that sits in the middle on the screen. So if this is flat against the your desk, whatever you're working on, it's going to be pushing up these buttons. We don't want that, so you want to keep it levitated. That goes for any kind of like handheld you're putting back together like this. You don't want those buttons, or a controller for that matter. You kind of got to keep it a little in the air until it's all screwed in and secure. So yeah, I'm going to put the boards back in and see when that's done. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got this all assembled, tested. It is working, and it's a very simple install when it comes to the kit itself. If you're not familiar with like totally completely tearing down a switch, removing the original screen, installing a new screen, that's all not very for the faint of heart. But yeah, as far as like installing the kit itself, solderless, pretty simple stuff. And this isn't a guide. I'm going off the official Taki 2 install guide. I want to have that linked below, 2 different versions of it. And yeah, we're good to go. So I'm just going to hit power here. Mod chip should be booting. And there we go. Still has the plastic on it. I want to leave that on for the customer to pull off, do the honors when they get it back. But so far, screen's looking nice. I want to put the back on, and then we're going to boot it up to the main OS and see what's up. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, all right, gang. Booted her up. Let's check out the stock OS. So if you notice there with this OLED screen, we get this kind of flicker effect when going. Let's see, will it adjust? There it goes. That's looking, damn, dude. Well, those colors really pop. I just want to make okay, yeah. So we're see kind of like the weirdness in the whites there. That is because of the plastic on the screen. I do gotta say, this looks quite nice. Now, we did swap the joysticks here. So we want to calibrate it. Okay, that looks good. It's really hard to get the camera to focus on the whites without it getting blown out, but I don't know. In person, this looks pretty fucking good to me. The kit's pretty solid. Simple to install and understand. I don't know. I mean, I was starting to think these things were like total vaporware and not going to show up at all. Gbatemp thread 2 was a bit of a cause for concern. And obviously, I don't have extensive usage with it yet, but my first impressions are this looks pretty damn nice to me. Okay, so this is the Gbatemp thread from back in February, and homie put it under a microscope and found out that the OLED screen is 1080p, whereas the original Switch Lite screen is 720, so that means the 720 image is being stretched to fill the 1080 screen, which isn't ideal. And we got some comparisons here that aren't great. So the left side is the stock LCD, nice and sharp, whereas the right side is the Super OLED. So, well, I'm impressed by like what I'm seeing, like just right away, just the colors popping and whatnot. This comparison here is not great. There's definitely, you might run into some blurriness. So here, color thing, like the greens popping more than they should. I don't mind this here. But yeah, blurry text, just added blurriness seems to be a potential issue. So yeah, definitely consider it. What I'm looking at, I'm not noticing it, but I have very very little time on this thing as of right now. Maybe I'll revisit this once mine shows up and I've got some hours on it. Trust me, it doesn't look that blurry in person. But yeah, everything really pops. I mean, it's looking quite nice to me right now. So I don't know. Maybe the colors are a bit off. Maybe some stuff looks a little blurrier. Maybe it's a 1080p screen and 720 is getting stretched. But what I'm seeing with my eyes so far looks good to me. So yeah, that's my opinion. That's what I think of it. Nice kit, clean design. Screen looks, first impression is looking good, but we'll take some time of playing around with it, and I still haven't gotten mine, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.